Bless us.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. So the light is a bit shy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So everyone, as everyone just heard, my name is Johannes. Yeah, my other name is Telo, and my surname is Witbooi. Right? I'm a half the graduate who obtained my undergrad and my postgrad, which now I have 2 degrees from nothing. So otherwise, my most important, let me say, motto in life is that anything is possible if you put your mind to it, right? Never mind your circumstances, never mind where you come from. Like, originally I'm from Missionville, guys. Like, all of you know Missionville. Um, there's a whole lot of things happening, from gangs, all those different things, right? But even throughout my hardship life, I just never let any of those determine my future, right? And I'm a person that is actually inspired by my future, by my past. Let me put it like that, because facing life is a difficult thing, right? But I've learned to learn from different people. Everyone makes mistakes in life, but I'm the person that like to observe, right? And I always believe in making, like, even if as I observe things, I always like to compare myself. Is this what I want, or is this what I want, right? So otherwise, like, I'll just give you a brief of my, let me say, who I am individually, where I come from, right? But I'll start where I come from. So otherwise, I lost both my parents. I even lost my older sister 2 years after my mom. I was in a car accident at the age of 3 years, originally from Motherwell, who moved to Missionville, right? So for me, that was a lot, because there I lost my father, growing up with a single mom, and also, how can I say, yeah, even growing up with the single mom, there was a lot of things happening. But one thing I've learned is to accept my situation, is to accept what I have. Remember, like, my, let me say, my mom was never a rich person. She also didn't finish school. So all those things were like on me, because now I have to try and not compare myself with my friends. Sometimes they, like, Christmas went by where I did not have clothes or anything like that. Imagine being with your friends. They have new clothes. Now go and rock your old shoes. Does it make sense? So those things are very touching some type of way, but I actually had not just only to taught myself on how to grow, but my mom also made me understand that, look here, things might not look now what is here, but don't ever lose your vision, right? So yeah, so that's a bit of my history, where I come from. There's a lot happening there, but let's move on. So otherwise, so from my music side, like, as I just said, I'm an after graduate. I graduated my bachelor's in 2002, my honors in 2003, and then throughout the same year, 2003, I was a lecturer for 1 year at AFDA. I'm currently working at the municipality communication department, but before that, I also went to Pumagapa. I was an intern there. So that's my journey from where I come from. Like, I'm a musician first, because I used to make music. I still do make music. I have a whole album out. You can find it on Spotify. It's titled Limitationless. My music name is JC Music, right? So I believe that music is my life and the lyrics are my story, right? Because I'm here to inspire and motivate the next youth, even for people that are older, because I still do get people that are like, bruh, you inspire me, right? So the fact that I can make a change in someone's life, that's the vision, and that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? So filmmaking is something I met along the way. Also, because let me say I'm a photographer, I run a production company called Churchboy Production / filmmaker and musician. Because in the same production company, I also run an online radio called Churchboy Radio. So all those things are things that just came along as life was, like, as I was growing, right? But I'm self-taught. Let's study there, right? I started doing my own things. I also produce music videos. I have more than maybe 34 different artists, even for myself, my side as well. But going back to like my journey, like why I wanted to do what I want to do, because I've learned that there's a lot of talent in PE, not just only in PE, but in SA. But now the most important thing is that we all are focusing on the craft, and then after you've done music, I've seen a lot of artists just falling off. Then you find out the guys in drugs and things like that. So I was like, you know what? If I want to do this, I'm gonna make sure that I'm doing it the proper way, right? And those are the things that brought me, that actually got me here, right? So that is more or less my journey in my whole career side. So otherwise now what I'm doing, as I said, I'm a photographer slash filmmaker, I'm a graphic designer, web designer. There's a lot of other things. I'm a musician, I do sound design and all those, right? So in the way my journey through EFTA wasn't easy, because imagine if you don't have parents, EFTA is a private school where you have, they don't fund NSFAS or anything. NSFAS doesn't fund those type of companies, right? So I had to make my way. And through this production company, which is called Churchway Production, I started that first as a vision, just only doing photography, weddings, all those different things, photography, because at least while I go to an event, I can rate that person, be like, okay, your hour rate is gonna be maybe from 500 to something. And all those little bits of money is what actually helped me grow, because every bit I make, I normally used to put away, because I know by the end of this month, I need to have a 10K plus taxi fare plus money to eat. So it's a lot, right? And music video was also part of the journey, because that was also the thing that helped me grow further, right? And I'm not just only doing it because I want to come out of the situation, but it's the love. And even nowadays, my, let me say my invoices, it's, let me say the title of the invoices, it just says like, it's good to get paid for what you love, right? So the meaning of that is that if you love what you're doing, you will put your all in it, right? But if you don't like it, or maybe you're doing it just because you want to do it, it goes like this. There's some type of ways where you feel like, you don't want to wake up, this, that, right? But for me, the fact that I love art, from music to visuals to anything about art, I love it, and I always support people that does art. So that was my way of growing. Even throughout the process, I have a lot of free projects that are short guys just doing for fun, and I have also budget projects where people actually invested budget to be able to get what they want, right? But all those things are things that mold me, that actually helped me grow and to be where I'm at now. So I'm not saying I'm perfect or I'm already where I want to be, but I'm still thriving towards what I want, right? Filmmaking is a part of storytelling, and whatever you say in music, you can say visually. In essay or in PE alone, we have a lot of stories that are untold. We have different things that can help to motivate the next person or things like that. But just because there's no resources, that's actually what makes people just lose interest. Others, you see them go work, others you see them go do whatever they do. So for me, it was like, you know what, if I can find some type of way to close those gaps, I would do it. And this is part of the journey, right? So I shoot music video, I do get paid gigs, I do collaborate with a lot of people, but all those are part of, and let me say, all those are things that contributed to me being here, right? So I don't want to like speak a lot just only based on what I do and things like that, but I also want to give tips on maybe the next guy that wants to know, bruh, look here, I also want to go to after you, but it's expensive. How, right? There's different ways. As an artist, there's different ways, but the most important thing is to always use what you have, right? So for me, I started with one camera, no lights, laptop. Those was the first two things I started with. Music also, I was a struggling artist where you go to this guy, to that guy, you need some studio time. People will tell you, this is our rate. And I'm like, yo, guy, but I don't have the money. Does it make sense? But those were the motivations, because I told myself, look here, if I should grow maybe one day, I will make sure that I want to help the next person, right? Not just only the fact that I want to help just because it is necessary, but you don't know what seed do you plant in someone, right? Every little thing that happens in life is a seed that you plant, right? So that's part of who I am, it's part of what I am, and I also am very spiritual, so I believe good all things work out for those who believe and love the Lord. Does it make sense? Yeah. So those things, they all just fall in place. So even lately, my production company is called Church with Production. Why? Because church represents the body of Christ, and the body of Christ is us individuals, right? If you can notice, the Bible also speaks about Jesus came to serve, right? So this is me serving the body of Christ. This is me giving back, right? And the more I do that, the more God takes care of the rest, right? So yeah, thank you everyone. So God, touching on the bits that I wanted to give, let me say tips on how to grow. My ways of growing includes a whole lot of different things because I had to go through a lot to be able to get where I'm at. But those are important because the most things that I do exchange programs. Throughout the journey where I was at EFDA, even before EFDA, I used to go to bigger production companies, bigger businesses, even NPM companies, and be like, look here guys, this is what I do. I'm a filmmaker slash musician. But this is actually what I actually enrolled it at EFDA. EFDA is about this much, and this is what they offer, right? I don't have that amount, but what I have is the experience, the skill, and things like that. So from your side, you are people that did graphic designing throughout the whole year. You need visuals, you need photography for your end events or like NDA events or all those type of events. I can offer those for free if you can just pay a certain amount to the school, right? So those are the ways how I took myself to school, right? Because I did not go there and be like, look here, I don't have parents, blah, 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 I need money and things like that, because there's now people, you want people to feel like some type of sympathy for you. And there's a lot that can happen throughout that process. You get people that can want and people that don't want to support you. But if you go with that with a proposal, be like, look here, this is what I can do, and if they have to count their own budget, how much money they spend on graphic designing and all those, they be like, hey, but this guy's a cheaper option. Does it make sense? So that's part of the way. Another way was also to do functions, photography, opening myself up to putting myself out there for people that wants to just only photography, those maybe have like a party, farewell, all those different things, right? I open myself up so that I can do those things. And all those things are actually what contributed to me being here today, right? So those are all the small tips that you can grow with, right? So next time when you need something and you see this guy, like I'm making an example, this is a business, you don't see a logo, maybe they do have a logo, you don't see much, but they do have, you can always go to them and be like, look here, this is what I can do. Look at my work. I can help you this way, but this is what I want from you, right? So those are ways that people, I'm not saying that everyone is going to agree. There are those that are like, but we have our own graphic designer, we have our own thing. It's okay, cool, right? But you continue, and that means the fact that you just want this, those are all type of ways that can contribute to you getting what you want, right? Another thing is I collaborate a lot with different artists, because I've noticed that there's a lot of artists out here that have music, they don't have videos, right? So I can help you creating music videos. I can help you do this, I can help you do that. But this is my contract, this is what it covers, right? So drawing up contracts, drawing up those things is also part of ways that you can collaborate with external, let me say, different artists and different people, because everyone wants music, everyone wants to do what they want, but no one sometimes have the money to pay for what they want, right? But all those things where you collaborating with them, maybe next time that guy has a gig or sometimes someone in his family is doing something, they'll be like, I know a photographer, that guy, right? That's a way of you also gain. So it's a give and take thing. This whole business of music, art, or anything is a give and take, because it includes you. You also want something the same as the next guy wants something from you. But now we can stop, we can talk business or we can talk collaboration, right? So that's how I actually control what I'm doing. So for today, I don't even want to be long on that. I hope these pointers that I actually point out, you do understand, right? So further ado, I have like some few music videos, which is part of my work, things that I do, right? That I've shot because I know this is about music videos, and I was like, you know what? I'm an artist before anything else. So that's for me. I'm going there, I'm gonna put out my music, I'm gonna put everything there so that people can see, right? So yeah, DJ Sebs or DJ, I hope you're ready. Guys, enjoy my music videos and thank you.